Hey y'all, so I figured I would just make a video. I figured that even if I don't have a lot to say, you guys may just value hearing where I am at on my journey. I think I made a video either 2 weeks ago or almost 2 weeks ago, right? And I was talking about how I ended up getting conditions again after I had my achieve the dream appointment or whatever. So since then, so that was on June 6th or something. So I think I made a video after that. So it's been like about 10 days or so. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I reached out to my mortgage counselor, I think either on June 6th or June 7th. Don't quote me on the dates, but I reached out to her after that appointment and kind of just said, hey, like I got these new conditions. They seem really detailed. I'm not really sure what these conditions mean, right? So I reached out to her. She eventually responded back to me and said, I'll check them out. So that was like last week on Tuesday. And then I'm just like, okay. So I was waiting for her to respond to me. Then I ended up seeing that NACA ended up taking like $13 out of my account. So then I'm just like, wait, what is that from? So then I emailed her and I was like, well, when you get back to me about the conditions, can you let me know why NACA took $13 out of my account? So I'm waiting. So Monday comes. I know that they're off on Monday. I've heard the mortgage counselors are off on Monday because they're all working this Achieve the Dream event, right? So I was like, okay, so maybe I'll reach out to her on Tuesday. So then yesterday I was debating whether or not if I wanted to reach out to her, and I'm just like, okay, it's only been a week, let me wait. So then this morning I was just like, let me reach out to her. I know that they have the Achieve the Dream events from Thursday to, Sunday, either Thursday to Sunday or Friday to Sunday, and I'm like, she probably won't be able to talk to me then. So let me reach out to her today. So I just emailed her and was like, I'm sorry. Hey, I hope this email finds you well. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm being a nag, but I kind of just want to get these conditions done, right? So I emailed her and I'm just like, okay, hopefully she gets back to me. And then about maybe 30 minutes later, I ended up getting a call and it was a Virginia number and I ignored it. And then they called back again and I'm like, oh. And when I answered, and my mortgage counselor was like, oh, this is Nicole. I'm calling you to talk to you about your conditions. And I'm like, okay, awesome. So I'm happy that I answered the phone. So I don't know if she had a canceled appointment or something, because she was on the phone with me for a solid 20 minutes and she was able to kind of walk us through every single thing we needed. So I don't remember exactly what I said in my last video, but I think I said something about like the conditions being kind of really lengthy, and I'm just like, what? So they needed my husband's pay stubs to see how much he made. They also needed to run his credit again to see what was on his credit, even though he's not a part of, like, he's not gonna be on the loan. And what we ended up finding out is that his credit score had went up significantly. I don't know his credit score specifically, but I think it was like low 600s and it ended up going to like high 700s. And this is how he had something in collections. And when we got that first stimulus check, y'all, that $2,400 that we barely qualified for, but I was thankful we got it. We took that money and we put it towards this thing in collections, and then since then he's literally been putting like money towards it, and he's literally paid down like at least 75% of what he owed. So I guess him paying it down has really improved his credit. I didn't know that. I guess we thought that him paying it down would improve his credit when he finished paying off the thing completely in collections. But apparently you paying down whatever you have in collections significantly helps your credit score, and we didn't know that. So and he didn't have anything, it wasn't too large. I think it was like around 7,000, and we paid it down to about 1,500 right now. And what the funny part was is that it's on his credit score, it's still reporting that he owes like 2,800, and his credit score went up 200 already. So if it actually reflected what he really has paid down, it would be even better. And that was what was holding him back from being on the loan from us. So I don't know how fast this NACA process is going to work. I don't know how fast we're going to finish paying that off. So I don't know if we're going to be able to add him to the loan, I know that they say that sometimes it has to be paid off for a significant amount of time before they can be part of it, so I don't know. But either way, we were happy because we're like, wow, his credit score went up. So when we do, I mean, if NACA ends up not working out, and I pray that it does, we would be able to, you know, possibly be approved with his credit score, because his credit score is way higher than mine, even with something in collection. So that's something that happened. She was also able to tell us what else we needed. So I guess my husband needed some information about a payment plan he's on for repaying his student loans, and then he needed some information from Nelnet, and then I guess they needed some information from me about all of my loans and what I pay. So my husband was able to get his information. So the only thing that's left is for me to turn in my information. But the thing is that I'm gonna have to, I actually just recertified for my student loans yesterday. I was kind of late with doing it, so right now my Nelnet says that I have to pay $1,000 a month. So surely I can't turn that in, because that they're just basing it off of if I had to pay according to my income. So I now have to wait maybe 2 or 3 weeks until Nelnet reflects my new income-driven repayment amount for me to end up turning that information in. So that's gonna hold us back a little bit, which is a little annoying. But everything else that they're requiring from us, it's something that we can turn in easily. Obviously, we have to continue turning in our pay stubs and my bank statements and my credit card statements and saving money. But I'm pretty much at this point just waiting for my statement to reflect my new payment amount for my student loans. So that's the hold up. I guess last video I was getting kind of frustrated because it felt like the person who wrote like what my conditions were, I promise y'all, they was writing paragraphs. So I felt like, man, I got mad stuff to turn in. Like, my God, I feel like I'm going 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But when she actually got on the phone with me and explained everything to me, she was like, okay, no, you just need this and you just need this. So so yeah, like I said, I'm only waiting for one thing. Hopefully I can get that within a couple of weeks or whatever. And she said after I finish submitting everything, just let her know, and then she'll submit me again for conditions. So I mean, to the underwriter. So I don't know, y'all. I'm not trying to get my hopes up. I had my hopes up the first time that I got submitted, and then even the second time when I got submitted, I'm like, surely I just turned in all my stuff, and then now I'm getting like a bunch of other conditions that I didn't even have the first time. So I'm hopeful, I'm really hopeful that this next time when my stuff is submitted that we will be approved and that we get an amount. But I'm also, you know, kind of thankful for this NACA process because, you know, I really want to get approved and I really would like to go through NACA. But the whole process in general is really good because it helps you, you know, kind of get financially ready. It gets your documents ready. It gets you like doing better spending habits. We have saved about $8,000 in our savings account that we didn't have saved before, and that's for our, I think, MRF funds and stuff. So, you know, it really is a good program if you're trying to get ready to be, you know, kind of buy a house. So even if we eventually don't go through NACA, we have money saved that we didn't have saved before. We're working on our credit. We're paying down debt. So that's just something to be thankful for. But either way, I really am hopeful that this next time is a charm. My fingers are crossed. We encourage you guys to continue praying for us in this process. Like I said, I'm not trying to rush the process. I am really, you know, all about moving in God's timing. I want God's timing to clearly be before the end of 2020. I would love to be in a home by September, October, you know, but I am being somewhat patient and, you know, just trusting the process. But I know that many of you guys are out here and you're going through the same process, so that's why I'm trying to, you know, upload videos and let you guys know what I'm going through so that you guys have some kind of reference point. Please never be discouraged about my journey or anybody else's journey, because all of our journeys are different, and you know, I may have a more difficult time and it may take me longer, but for you, you know, you may be more financially prepared and more, you know, organized, so you may take, you know, a quicker time than I did. So just, you know, take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Whatever I say is meant to encourage you guys and share about my journey, never to discourage or anything like that. I started NACA. I think we went to our first appointment in November. No, we went to the workshop in November, and our first appointment was in December. So it's what is it? It's June right now, so I would say we've been in the program for about 7 months. Our first appointment wasn't until I think like December 8th or something. So it's been a solid 6 months, and you know, we weren't financially prepared. We didn't have our money saved or anything until recently. So I can't expect to go any faster than what I can go, but I'm just really thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for humble beginnings too, you guys. We live in an apartment. We actually moved into our apartment June 15, 2016. We got married June 3rd, 2016. So we just celebrated our 4-year anniversary, and we celebrated our 4-year anniversary of being in our apartment. And it was just I had a picture that showed back up on social media, and it was just like such a you know, aha moment. Like, wow, you know, when we moved here 4 years ago, this was our first apartment. We were just moving out of our parents' home, and it was just like, wow, this is our first apartment. And then I look around in our apartment now, and it's not just an apartment, it's our home. So we're just really encouraged. You know, we're still pretty young. I'm 28, my husband is 31, so we're still pretty young. I know that sometimes it takes people longer to buy a house, so I'm trying to not be in a rush, but I'm just thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for small beginnings. I know that some people get stuff faster. There's people that I know who are way younger than me that have homes, and you know, that's their testimony. That's amazing. But for us, you know, we started in an apartment. We're in college, and now we have better jobs, and we're really just trying to move on and, you know, do more, and, you know, reach this next chapter of our lives. So I am just thankful for the journey. I hope you guys stay encouraged. Feel free to tell me about your NACA journeys and what you guys have experienced so far. I definitely appreciate encouraging words as well, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy, you know, just what I try to bring. So when I turn in that paperwork, I will let you guys know, and then I will let you guys know if we eventually get approved or if there's more conditions. Like I said, I like to just be real so you guys can see my experience, especially since there's not a lot of videos out there currently of people going through the process. So as always, be well and stay encouraged.